It's me, it's Queen Aset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Okay, so I got a message from a Scorpio. She is dating a Aquarius guy, and she said like homeboy all up under her, like always over, always on the phone, always. But don't want to make a commitment. He doesn't want to have an actual relationship. So I'm like, okay. And she says, what do I think she should do? So I'm like, well, if he is always up under you but doesn't want a commitment, that means he's keeping his options open. So he's either afraid of commitment or he just wants to keep his options open because he's not sure if this can go somewhere, basically. So what do you do in this situation? Well, you just tell him. You tell him flat out, that you need more from this situation. You just tell him. You tell him exactly what you said to me, that, we spent all our time together and we care about each other, and I would like this to, be leading somewhere. Do you think it's going somewhere? And if he says no, then you're like, okay, well, I don't want to keep doing this because I don't want to keep investing in something that's not going anywhere. That's what I would do, because the bottom line is that if you keep on going in this direction, he may decide to be with you. He may decide to make a commitment on his own, and he may not. He more than likely, being an Aquarius, will stay non-committed as long as you allow it. So if you don't say, hey, this isn't acceptable, he's just going to keep doing it. That's what we do. We want to stay non-committal anyway. And on top of everything else, this is something I see very commonly with men. I see it sometimes with women too, but more commonly with men. They want full access and control of your life, but they don't want to give up their other options. They don't want to close the door on other possibilities that they may have had on the oven before you, or women who come along that they may want to pursue after you. So they want to have their access to you. They want to be around you. They enjoy what they're getting from you, but they want to leave the door open in case they can get it from someone else, or in case somebody else comes along that they also like. So it's very common for non-committal people, especially for Aquarius. So you just have to be honest. You said you're a Scorpio, so I would be very calm about it. I wouldn't come out the gate with, snapping on him, but I would tell him like, look, we've been doing this dance for this amount of time, and if this isn't going anywhere, then I need to stop. I need to stop doing this dance with you if this is not going anywhere. If this isn't what you want, if we're not on the same page, and a lot of times what happens is that if you say that to him, he will have to make a decision. Either you want to leave the door open or you want to commit to what you already have. And that's up to him, because like I said, at the end of the day, it's something that he has to decide that he wants to commit to. See, it takes two to tango. You can't commit to the relationship by yourself. You see, you both have to commit to the same goal, to the same objective. So I would let him know what my objective is, and if he wants to ride, let's go. And if he don't want to ride, deuces. And that's what I would tell him, bottom line. Because otherwise, he's just going to keep on doing the string along. He's going to keep on doing exactly what he's doing right now. As long as you allow him to have benefits and, whatever that is, sexual, physical, emotional, mental, whatever you're giving him, as long as you're willing to keep giving it to him without any kind of commitment from him, he's going to keep doing the same thing, But if you say, look, I want to do X. If you don't want to do X, I'm out. It's now his decision. Does he want to move forward or does he want to go about his business? And you have to be okay with whatever the answer is. If he's like, look, I want to keep my options open, you cool and all, but I'm good, then you have to be prepared for that to be the answer and be like, all right, then, go get it. I'll find somebody else, And if he says, okay, I want a relationship, you have to be ready for that too. Be careful what you wish for. When dealing with the Aquarius and the Scorpio vibration, be very careful what you wish for. Because if he says yes, then what? Then you go on to the next level. So be careful and be aware and be prepared for it to go either way. That's my thing. Think about the end game of think about the outcome either way it goes. And make sure you're okay with the outcome either way before you have the conversation. Never be afraid of somebody walking away from you. If somebody is not willing to step up to the plate, if somebody walks away from you, that's just somebody that's not meant for you. That's somebody the universe is knocking out your way so that somebody else can come along. That's all. So don't be afraid of that. A lot of people are afraid, like, well, what if this person doesn't want to engage anymore? Well, maybe they don't need to be engaging with you anymore. Maybe you've come to the end of the road. But you have to be okay with the outcome. Don't be tied to an outcome. Don't be tied to it going left or going right. Know it has any possibility, and wherever it goes, you're going to be all right. Okay? That's what you have to remember. See you guys later. I hope that helps.